Hello everyone, and welcome to the third annual Cowtown Affair benefiting the ALS Association of Texas. First things first, let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah Ferguson and I anchor the morning show NBC5 today at NBC5, and welcome to my home. That is just part of how things look so different this year. So much is happening virtually, but we're pleased that you're here with us tonight to join us in this mission, which is exactly the same as it has been in years past. And that is tonight, we are trying to create a world without ALS. ALS is a disease that robs a person of the ability to walk, to speak, to breathe, to move. There is no cure. And with ALS, the average life after diagnosis is 2 to 5 years. So the ALS Association of Texas provides crucial local care services. It advocates for people with ALS, and it invests in research so that one day we can find a cure. Tonight's event, the Cowtown Affair, is a celebration of our Fort Worth community's dedication to supporting Texans with ALS. And although we physically cannot come together right now, we can still be together to make a difference to support the ALS community. And that's what we're doing tonight. We want to thank some sponsors who've already stepped up and been very generous with us this evening. We have raised, or can I hear a drum roll, please, somewhere out there? We have raised $10,000 so far tonight. We are halfway to our goal of $20,000. So tonight, I know we're going to do it. We're going to raise that remaining $10,000 to support the Texans with ALS. And you can help us get there a few different ways. There's a raffle package featuring premium spirits from Fort Worth local breweries and distilleries. There's also the opportunity to bid on an original piece of art by local artist Leighton Autry. This is artwork that you actually see come to life during our program tonight. You can also raise money in other ways, and we'll go through that through the evening. But right now, let's give you a little sneak peek on what Leighton is working on. I think this is going to be super cool, making it all happen in a virtual world. So we'll keep checking in on Leighton a little bit later. All right, now let's go back to the raffle. To take part in the raffle, to bid on Leighton Autry's original artwork, you can visit bid.cowtownaffair.com, and then you click on the Start button to register. And while they're there, you can also add a donation to your bid. And then if you want to make a quick donation, that's even easier. All you got to do is text ALSTX to 41411. And remember, too, that we so appreciate your generosity. As we go through this evening, we will hear the personal stories of people with ALS and also their families. And one of those personal stories comes to us from our very own NBC5 newsroom. It's a man who retired recently, a guy named Raul Rangel. Rangel was one of our editors, just a force in our newsroom. A little bit on the cranky side too, but we all loved Raul. Well, Raul isn't in our newsroom anymore. He was diagnosed with ALS, and we watched this disease impact him and the job he loved and the editing that he loved. Raul, though, is still in there creating his own piece of art, his own work of art, by fighting ALS every step of the way. And we will talk to Raul, and you'll get to meet him a little bit later, and I look forward to introducing you to him. You'll also continue to be inspired by Leighton. We'll continue to check on his big project. For now, though, I want you to learn a little bit more about the ALS Association of Texas and the people this great organization serves.
Nobody survives ALS, and so we need to find a cure as fast as we can.
Being engaged in a clinic team that's supportive of research really helps to facilitate the big picture or the vision of trying to get drugs through trials and move research forward to find a cure. The Multidisciplinary Clinic is designed to be a one-stop shop. Rather than a patient having to go to 10 different providers for care to address all their different needs, we actually facilitate that by having patients come to one place and see all of those specialists in one location in one afternoon.
So by the end of the day, the patient has had all their needs met in a way that they couldn't if you spread it out over several weeks.
Even patients with insurance sometimes can't afford to purchase equipment, and a lot of equipment isn't covered by insurance. And so to have access to loan bank equipment reduces a tremendous burden financially on our patients.
I need something, I don't worry. I call and they deliver. Not only with answers, they come to your door so you don't feel alone.
They also provide support groups. So a lot of our patients feel very isolated, very desperate, and so by attending support group meetings, they learn a lot about how to cope with their disease. They develop incredible friendships with other patients and families.
Basically, this became family to us.
When you're in the situation, you know, it just means so much.
ALS doesn't have to be this scary, dark entity in your life.
It's made a world of difference, not just the equipment or clinic, the support.
The greatest need is for people to understand how they can be of significant help as we on the front line take care of patients every day of the week with ALS.
I'm not going anywhere. I have a voice, I have a agenda, and I'm excited to show you why this is important and why this is going to make a difference, if not for me, then for someone else.
So this is why we're here. We are here to support our neighbors, members of our community battling this disease. Before we get to some of the stories tonight, I also want to take a few minutes to thank the people who've made this virtual event a sponsor. Couldn't have done it without you. Those are our top sponsors, Carrie and Kent Adams, as well as GM Financial. Also to Ricochet Fuel, we thank you, and to Fortune Horse, our video streaming sponsor. Thank you all for your big generosity and your support of Texans with ALS. It's because of sponsors like you that we are able to continue this work and serve the ALS community. We also want to give a big shout out to our amazing planning committee. That's Carrie Adams, Emily Hadley, Tamara Hilliard, and Sunny Browse. Your passion and your dedication have really made this event come to life, and we are so grateful for your continued support over the years. Can't do it without you. Can't do it also without Layton, so let's check in on our local artist to see how he's using his creative gift to capture the essence of tonight's event and the Fort Worth community. And remember, you have the opportunity to bid on this artwork anytime during this program at bid.cowtownaffair.com. Bidding will stay open until 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. I think all of us are pretty excited to see how this is going to turn out, so we'll keep checking back with Layton a little bit later to see how the artwork is progressing. Right now, though, it is time for me to introduce you to Raul Rangel. So in the newsroom, the stories that you see on TV come to life with the help of an editor. This editor takes words and pictures and puts it all in the story that you see. And one of the best that we've had is Raul Rangel. Raul was just such a force. And we watched as this diagnosis of ALS robbed Raul of the love of editing that he has and being in the newsroom, to the point where he could no longer work with us. But Raul is still out there showing us how to live life with as much passion as he brought into his job at NBC5. So here's Raul's story.
Hello, my name is Raul Rangel. Hello, Deborah Ferguson. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Hi, lying here in bed, just relaxing. Gonna do it here for you guys. I got the first signs of ALS that I noticed was around late summer, early fall of 2017. I was playing tennis with my brother, and I noticed that I would lose grip action on my hands, and I would lose, and I never lost to my brother. But anyway, that's one of the first signs. One of the second signs, my wife and I went camping, and I was trying to chop some firewood, and I was losing grip on the axe also. And then my wife said, okay, that's it. We need to go see a doctor because something's going on. And then my wife and I used to jog a lot, and we were jogging, and all of a sudden my legs were just all wobbly, and my back was hurting, my neck was hurting real bad. And I made it back to the house walking. I was walking kind of like a duck, and I was in great pain. And we went to see the doctor, first doctor, and he said that I had what was it? Motor neuron disease. He said something like, at least it's not ALS, something like that. He said it's probably motor neuron disease. And he gave me some kind of over-the-counter vitamins and stuff. But then through my work, we went to a grand rounds meeting with a bunch of doctors that took his paperwork, and they went around, and then they emailed me saying, you might want to get a second opinion. So they recommended a doctor in Mansfield. I forgot his name. We went there, and I swear to God, he said the same thing. It's motor neuron disease. But he said, I'm gonna send you to Dr. Elliott at UT Southwestern in Dallas. So we went there in early 2018, and then he confirmed that it was ALS. So that's how it all began. But I'm fighting. I'm a fighter. All you guys should fight. Don't give up. You know, when my wife through the internet discovered the ALS Association of Texas, and we got in touch with Tanya, and Tanya's been in touch with us, and she's great, as you all probably already know. But don't give up, guys. You fight every day. Do not own a white flag. Don't own one. No retreat, no surrender. You fight, fight, fight. You can do it. You can fight every day like me. Sometimes it's hard, but you keep going. You take breaks, but you fight. You never give up. And hopefully there's a cure around the corner. Got to keep that hope alive so we can all feel a whole lot better. Stay strong. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
So that's it. How can you not be inspired by a guy like Raul Rangel? He's not in our newsroom, but he's still in our hearts and showing us that you never, ever give up hope. You just keep on fighting. So tonight, our hope, our goal, our fight is to raise $10,000 to support Texans with ALS in all of the ways that Raul mentioned, because ALS doesn't stop. And neither do we. So how are we going to do this? Well, it's easy. We're going to do it with your support. We invite you tonight to purchase raffle tickets for a chance to win that wheelbarrow full of liquor. Yes, it is a wheelbarrow full of premium spirits from local Fort Worth distilleries. It's valued at $350. You can help us raise this money by bidding on Leighton Autry's original artwork, which captures the spirit of Fort Worth, or you can just make a quick donation by texting ALSTX to 41411. Tonight, we all have the opportunity to help Texans with ALS and their families, and your support will provide crucial programs for the ALS community. To give you a sense of what a donation means to Texans with ALS, in other words, what your money buys, what it goes for, let me lay out the facts for you here. That's what a reporter does. We lay out the facts. So with a $10,000 donation, I can tell you that will support ALS clinics. This is where patients can see all of their healthcare professionals in one place and get specialized care, improving quality of life and helping them live longer. A $5,000 donation could fund support groups for people with ALS, for their families, for their their children. $2,500 could provide a Hoyer lift that will enable a person with ALS to get in and out of bed safely. A $1,000 donation goes a long way toward providing educational workshops and resources for people with ALS and their families. A $500 contribution could provide financial grants to people with ALS. That would help cover just the overwhelming expenses associated with this disease. $250 could provide a wheelchair for a person with ALS who can no longer walk. A $100 donation could provide hope, crucial, important hope, that we can create a world without ALS. You all are coming through tonight. We already have those donations pouring in. Thank you so much. While you continue to do that, I want to take a minute to allow you to hear from another ALS journey, this time from Shelly Buer.
Hi, my name is Shelly Buer, and I have ALS. I was diagnosed with ALS in 2016, and some of my first symptoms were weakness in my arm, one arm, and then it spread to the next arm, and then down to the legs and neck, and so I've had a rather slow progression, which I'm very grateful for. When one receives a diagnosis of ALS, I know for me and my husband, we didn't know what to expect. And what are we going to do when I can't walk anymore? What are we going to do when I can't stand anymore? And each step of the way, the ALS Association has been there for us, loaning us equipment, and just telling us what to expect next. The support group meetings have always been really, really helpful. Lots of good information to share and lots of great people to meet. So my hopes for the future are to continue to move through this journey slowly. And what I could tell someone who has just been diagnosed, they may not be ready to hear it for a while, but I think one thing that has worked for me is my attitude. And every day I choose to be happy. I choose to focus on what I still have. And I know that since my path has taken the long way around, it may not be as easy for someone as it is for me. But ALS is going to get me. It's going to get other people who have it. Maybe not as soon as some, but it's coming. And to try and fight it and be angry doesn't help at all. So I focus on what I have. I have a wonderful family, wonderful friends, and we are just on this journey together.
Shelly, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I went and I checked out, Shelly's Facebook pages. We stalk on social media now, and I got to tell you what it says underneath her picture. It says, "Grateful and blessed woman living with ALS." And isn't that just a gift to find gratitude despite the challenges of life? Shelly reminding us that ALS there every step of the way, helping her and so many others understand what is next in this journey. Our goal tonight is again to raise an additional $10,000. You can do that in so many ways. You can purchase raffle tickets, you can bid on Leighton Autry's original artwork, or you can just make a donation. You can do that anytime during this program and support Texans with ALS like Shelly by texting ALSTX to 41411. All right, now let's see how Leighton is doing that art project. Look at it coming to life right before our eyes tonight. That is incredible. Remember that you can bid on this original piece of art at bid.cowtownaffair.com, and the proceeds will benefit the ALS Association of Texas. Tonight we've heard from two people who are living with ALS. We heard from Shelly and we heard from Raul. But when a person is diagnosed with ALS, it isn't just that one individual. It affects every single family member. So what is the experience like for children who are helping to provide care for a loved one who is living with ALS? For that, we turn to Connor Hadley. He's a 17-year-old, and he's here tonight giving us some insight into his family's world.
Hi, my name is Connor Hadley. I've been personally affected by ALS through my dad. Watching my dad fight this awful disease for the past 5.5 years has been so difficult for all of my family. Not once through his whole entire experience with this awful disease have I ever heard him complain. I believe this is because not only does he refuse to give up on anything, but because he doesn't want to leave a negative image on my sister and I. Although this disease has changed many things, there's one thing that it has not, cannot, and will not change, and that's my dad's heart. Even though he can't play catch with me or go on a run or even a family walk in our neighborhood, he still manages to make sure he is as active in our lives as possible. My dad is an incredibly smart individual, especially at math. Since he is unable to do many of his favorite things, he spends a lot of his free time working with me on math, or all my schoolwork in general. So ever since 6th grade, so like 5 or so years ago, my dad would always assist me with math. I would come home every day after school, and I would come show him my work. I would walk in the door, come into his office, which is right behind me, and I would show him all my work I learned that day. I would go upstairs, take a little break, probably get in the shower, get on my phone for a few minutes, and I would come back downstairs. My dad would already have a whole entire pre-test of all the different things I'm learning, and I would have to take that, and the things I would do well on, we wouldn't cover as much, but the things I would struggle with, we made sure to learn that for the whole week. And I've always been a pretty good student, but once we started working in math, starting in 6th grade, I've made pretty much an A on every single test that I took that year. So this is just one of the many selfless things he does for our family. He wants nothing more than to see me and my sister succeed in life. He wants to be there to watch what the world has in store for me. He wants so badly to see me graduate, go to college, find a job, get married, have kids, and be a father just like him. Unfortunately, this terrible disease has taken away his ability to live long enough to experience all these milestones that my sister and I will someday accomplish. It goes without question that there needs to be a cure for ALS. Many people are working very hard to try and find a cure, but so far there's been no luck. I'm asking all of you that have taken the time out of your day to participate in this virtual event to please help my family and many other families across the country and donate to help find a cure for ALS. Thank you.
Connor, thank you so much for giving us a glimpse into the world of your family and showing us that even as physical activities stop, that hope doesn't. Your family never gives up, and so many others are like you. This ALS community is made up of brave individuals and brave families, and I love what Colin Hadley says. He says, I have ALS, but it doesn't have me. No, Colin, your family and this community have you every step of the way. The goal tonight, again, is to raise $10,000. That's it, to find crucial education, to find resources, and to find support for every member of a patient's family. That's including youth and children. And you can help fund those services and give hope to Texans with ALS and their families. It is so easy to do, and we need your support to help us create a world without ALS. There is still time to purchase a raffle ticket for a chance to win that wheelbarrow full of liquor. Still time to bid on the original artwork of Leighton Autry at bid.cowtownaffair.com. You can also add a donation with your raffle ticket purchase, or simply make a donation now by texting ALSTX to 41411. And remember that your support will make a world of difference to Texans with ALS and their families. Together, each one of us pulling together will create a world without ALS. Once again tonight, I want to thank our sponsors and our committee members. Your support, your generosity has been absolutely incredible. Tonight, you can also donate in honor or in memory of an ALS hero in your community. You just have to text ALSTX to 41411 and then put the name of your ALS hero there in the comments section. We want to take a few moments now to honor some of our ALS heroes in the Fort Worth community and share with you some memories from past Fort Worth events.
Hi, my name is Courtney Patton, and I'm a singer-songwriter based here in Texas. And I'm spreading awareness for ALS because I have a dear friend who is living with ALS. This is for you, Sonny. you're feeling, but I can't imagine. And it sits heavy on my heart, which is where you've been right from the start. Your tunnel visions concealing what fear has broken. I know it's tearing you apart. It's tearing you apart. The roses bloom and fade. Babies grow. Time has a way with things, and so flies grow. Come and take my hand, let's cross this sinking sand. Tiptoe, tiptoe. We can run away, pretend it's all okay. We can go. The roses bloom and fade. Babies grow. Time has a way with things, and so flies a crow. The roses bloom and fade. Babies grow. Time has a way with things, so flies to grow.
So many people we honor tonight in that tribute video. And Courtney Patton, thank you so much for making it so special. Remember that your support tonight funds local care, research, and also advocacy for Texans with ALS. And we want to thank you tonight for spending a few moments with us, for helping us to create a world without ALS. Right now, we're going to sit back a little bit and enjoy some local music.
All right. Well, thank you for having me tonight for this special fundraising event. I'm very, very happy to have been asked. I left you at the bottom of this mountain, and I'm stopping here and begging you to meet me halfway up. If there's ever been a time where there's been too much here to handle, it's right now, telling you I've had enough. And it's still a long way up to getting back to who I was. And now watch the leaves fall down about 10 times and grow back tough before I found the nerve to say I just can't climb another way. I need a shove. When you fall, it never hits you till you're hurting. And I'm here and I broke damn near every bone there is to break. I pick myself up time enough to know that it won't kill me. But this time it might be more than I can fake. And it's still a long way up to getting back to who I was. And I watch the leaves fall down about 10 times and grow back tough before I found the nerve to say I just can't climb another way. I need a shove. Well, the stars are always shining. It's just sometimes you can't see until you pull yourself away from all the lights. In the darkness now I lay here, finding comfort in the stillness, knowing you've been here beside me this whole time. And it's still a long
All right, guys, I have time for one more song. Thank you again for having me. Sunny, I love you so much. And, yeah, I hope you all have a really beautiful night. Do you feel love, or is it just indifference? My barrel's at the bottom of a well run dry, and I swear to God I would show my penitence. Never thought I'd ever done a thing to make you cry. Well, the grass is green, but it's full of burrs, and the road is paved, but the line's been blurred. And I began to ponder if I'm never gonna wander again. Do you feel love, or is it just indifference? My barrel's at the bottom of a well run dry, and I swear to God I would show my penitence. Ever thought I'd ever done a thing to make you cry? I've been feeling forgotten, I've been fighting alone to remember how it felt before the new grew old. I think the time is fitting for getting back together again. Do you feel love, or is it just indifference? My barrel's at the bottom of a well run dry, and I swear to God I would show my penitence. Ever thought I'd ever done a thing to make you cry? I swear to God I would show my penitence. Never thought I'd ever done a thing to make you cry. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you again, everyone, for being here with us tonight. Yes, it looks so much different than other times that we've all been together, but still, we know this mission is important, and we know that you will come through in helping us to create a world without ALS. It has been so inspiring to be with you all virtually, for giving up your evening. Take care of yourselves, and once again, thank you for supporting Texans with ALS.